Hey, how you guys doing? How are my foodies out there? Today we got a special show for you guys. The show is provided by your Puerto Rican If on Facebook. Look them up, and you can reach me at PeterBlade_32 on Instagram. Now let's begin. Today's show we have for you, we have meat canoes, aka in Spanish, canoas de carne. All right, and we're gonna have another little special treat for you because we're also gonna do stuffed red pepper. All right, and we're gonna do it using our what we call picadilla or picadillo. All right, and it looks something like this, which is basically just ground beef. All right, seasoned up and just cooked with onions and anything that belongs inside our sofrito goes in here. Real simple. You don't have to get all complex with it because it's a real simple procedure. Ground beef. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is we want to get a really, really ripe yellow plantain where you can see more dark black than yellow. All right? You want to see more dark than yellow, all right? So that's how we pick them out. Now, another thing is, you rarely see them in the store like this. So what you got to do is get the green ones and put them over the counter in a bunch, somewhere where it's nice and warm, not cold. And another tip is you could always just use a paper bag. Put them inside a paper bag. Don't close the paper bag, just put them inside them in a bunch and just wait. Now, another thing that I would recommend is when I do these, I have been known to put a fly catcher, a fly, what do you call that? A fly tape over the plantains because these things will attract flies, fruit flies, I mean, you name it. It is going to smell it and it's going to glance across, it's going to fly across your kitchen room floor like this. And it's just gonna just chill out on your plantain like this. All right, so you don't want that. You wanna put like a lice fly catcher or preferably if there's no, things and no openings in the house where they can come in. Anyway, so the first thing we're gonna do is we wanna keep them whole. So you wanna cut the edges a little bit. All right, you wanna cut the edges so it looks like this. And one trick that I have is to peel the skin off. You don't want to insert the knife too deep because when you fry it, it'll open up and it'll even break. So what I'll do is I'll hold it like around the amount that I'm going to use and I'm going to hold it right there and I'm just going to bring it right down like this, an incision. Real quick, nothing fancy. Okay, and we're going to do that. You could almost smell the sweetness, This ain't the sweetest plantain, but it's sweet enough for this meal. So what you want to do is the loop side up. This is the side you want to make a cut right here. And you want to make like a V cut. Again, use my little knife trick. You don't want to insert too much. And you want to do like a little V cut. Once you get a little V cut, you're gonna take out a little bit, probably a little vein or so, and you're gonna remove it. And it's gonna leave you with a little hollow middle, kind of like this. Or if you can see, it's a hollow middle, right? Next thing we're gonna do is, now these ain't ripe like I thought they would be, but had they been really ripe to a point where they're like really soft and gooey and wants to break, this is when I use a good time to use my egg wash, of which I'll dip it in and put it inside my breadcrumbs. By the way, these are my breadcrumbs that I did this morning using crackers. And you want to bread them. You see, I dipped them in the egg wash and I breaded them. Okay? It's gonna look something like this. All right? Put that here. Now the same thing goes with the red pepper, right? The first thing you want to do with the red pepper is you want to find a balance point. You want to make sure it stands up. When it stands up, you want to slice it evenly so that it can stand up even after you cut it in half. And then you want to coat the inside. I use a little bit of corn oil, all right? Just to coat the insides. And we're going to put that on the side there. Now, the next step we're going to do with these is we are going to fry the yellow plantains, all right? Deep fry. And we're going to deep fry them. And it is so simple to make, guys. I mean, it is crazy. So let's go back to a fact. Plantains is probably, I think it's number 10 on the world's most consumed foods. If it's number 10, I would have to take it that flour, rice, you know, are among the top 2. Curry goat. The whole world eats curry, right? Except us, right? As Americans. Anyway, yeah, it is number 10. What is the difference between sweet plantains and regular bananas? Well, one of them you need to cook, which is the sweet plantain. Banana, we all know you can just peel it and eat. Okay, so here we are. We're air frying them. I'm air frying them right now. You don't even hear them because the air is taking care of that, right? So when they come out of the air fryer, you want to put, nice and fried, you want to put some of the meat across the slit, aka la raja, okay? Tú quieres poner la carne, estrujarla la raja, all right? You want to place the meat across the slit. All right? Once you place the meat across the slit, it's already fried, your plantain. You put the meat. Then you add your cheese. And you want to put it right back into the oven. Look at that. Let me just wipe my hands down. All right? Because we got a little photogenic thing going on here right now with this because this looks so delicious. So let me just wipe my hands a little bit. And this is the final result. You see how they do not break because of the breadcrumbs? Even though this was way more ripe than the one that I just showed you. But look at that. All right? After you fry it, you add the meat, you put on the cheese, and you put it into the oven. All right? Same thing with this. Now, with this is a little different because you want to go ahead and put it in the oven for at least a half an hour at about 300, 350. A half hour. So that the inside can cook, you know, which you rub it around with the oil. So when it cooks, again, you take it out and you put your meat. Then you want to coat it with egg. And when it comes out, it should be your result right here. Look at that. How was that? Oh my God, the taste test on this is gonna be incredible. Anyway, the cheese I used was called Boricua Mix by Borden. Hey Borden, holla with $1, buddy. Boricua Mix, which consists of queso de bola, mozzarella cheese, y queso de papa. Now I know queso de bola and queso de papa, that is authentically Puerto Rican. That I know. But mozzarella cheese is kind of like a relative jumped the fence and had a baby with an Italian. Now you got a half Italian, half Puerto Rican baby. Bam! And this cheese was made. All right? Boricua mix with queso de bola, mozzarella cheese, y queso de papa. All right? To do these two delicious, I can't wait to sink my choppers into these. Look at that. okay? Very easy to make. Hit me up on the comments if you want to add something, if you didn't know something, or if you want some tips. Just hit me up. I'm answering all comments here on YouTube. Come over and press subscribe. Right, mi gente? This is Peter Blank. I'll see you next time.